Hello my dear students of class 9th. Dear students, I am Rajendra Rai, biology teacher from LPM Public School, Gola Bazar, Gorakhpur. Dear student, I am presenting today's videos and starting a new chapter, that is the chapter of cell. Dear students, as you know, this chapter is the basic chapter of the biology. If you are able to learn all the topics, all the aspects, all the organelles of the cell, then you will be able to understand complete biology. So dear students, let us start about the history of the cell. Cell that we will study here about the discoveries of the cell as well as the history of the cell. My dear students, there was a scientist whose name was Robert Hooke. Robert Hooke studied about a piece of cork, and that piece of cork he saw in a simple microscope. He saw in a microscope in which the arrangement was done of the convex lenses, and he saw a piece of cork in that particular simple type of microscope which was having the convex type of lenses, who magnified the structure what he was looking. So dear students, as far as the history of the cell, Robert Hooke, he discovered the cell, and he saw the small chambers. He saw the small chambers inside that piece of cork, like this, that he saw a small piece of cork in a simple microscope, and he saw structure something like this. My dear students, he told the name about these structure, that he was able to see the small chambers inside that piece of cork, and he discovered this thing in 1665. That was the year of discovery of these small chambers, and he proposed these small chambers as a cellula. So this word cell, that is derived from cellula, and this cellula, what he saw in that particular simple microscope, later on it came into the advanced study that is done by the other scientists, and the other scientists was able to discover more and more about these small chambers. So these are the small chambers. Cellula means small chambers. Yeah, little room. Small chambers are little room, he told, and later on some small bacteria, protozoa, red blood cells, RBC, etc. has been discovered by the A.V. Leeuwenhoek. A.V. Leeuwenhoek, and he was able to discover in 1674 about the some RBC protozoans, bacteria, etc. But as far as the history of the discovery of cell is concerned, these cells get discovered by the Robert Hooke in 1665, and in 1839 protoplasm has been discovered. Scientists who discovered the protoplasm by the Purkinje and Hartwig discovered the protoplasm inside this. The protoplasm, that is the mass of the protoplasm, that has been completely discovered in 1892. My dear students, this Emil Leeuwenhoek, he discovered compound microscope. The microscope he discovered, and this microscope was able to see the small structure like RBC, protozoans, bacteria, etc. And by the discovery of this compound microscope in 1674, Emil Leeuwenhoek was able to saw these bacterial structures, these single cell structures. My dear students, after these discoveries, the history of the cell, some scientists, they proposed the cell theory. They proposed the cell theory, and cell theory means the cell theory that was proposed by two scientists, Schiden and Schwann. He proposed the cell theory that was in 1839. That was in 1839. Schiden and Schwann proposed the cell theory, and that was in 1839. After so many discoveries about the cell by the different scientists, later on these two scientists came on the conclusion about the cell theory. And in 1855, the first expansion of the cell theory, that is Omnis Cellula. Omnis Cellula. Omnis Cellula. This is the Greek line. These are the Greek words. And these Greek words express the complete cell theory. Later on, it was done by the Virchow. It was done by the Virchow, and in 1855, and later on Waldeyer Later on, Voltaire completely expressed the different explanation of the cell theory. And as for the Voltaire, all living beings are composed of cells and their products. Second, that is the all cells is the structural and functional unit of life, and all cells arise from their pre-existing forms. The smallest unit of the life, that is the cell, and every organism starts its life as a single cell. So dear students, the electron microscope was discovered by Knoll and Ruska in 1932. 1932, Knoll and Ruska was responsible for the discovery of electron microscope that was discovered by Knoll and Ruska in 1932. And after the discovery of the electron microscope, the scientists were able to do more and more in the discovery of different cell organelles, different types of the cell, different sizes of the cell, and different functions of the cell. My dear students, on these discoveries, on the basis of these discoveries of the cell, the scientists was able to explain the different types of the cell, and according to them the cell that was of many types, and the cells considered as the unit of the life, and these cells are of several types: prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. So later on, the study done about the prokaryotic cell. My dear students, the prokaryotic cells are the cells which do not have the nuclear membrane that is absent in the prokaryotic cells, and several cell organelles also that is absent in the prokaryotic cell. So cells that was found in a simple structure like bacterial cell, and these cells in not having so many structures like mitochondria, Golgi body, and other things, etc. Suppose this is the bacterial cell, so this cell will not have the different types of the cell organelles in it, and they have the genetic material as the DNA and RNA. RNA may be found inside it, but they don't have the nuclear membrane, they don't have the nucleus, they don't have the cell RNAs. So cell was the very simple nature, and these cells were called as the prokaryotic cells. My dear students, the example of the prokaryotic cells are the bacterial cells, viral structure, see this viral structure, and if you consider the viral structure, that viral structure, that may be something like this, having the spikes. So these are the viral structures, virus and bacteria. These are considered as the prokaryotic cells. My dear students, other cells are called as the eukaryotic cells, and these eukaryotic cells are of two types, plant cell and animal cells. My dear students, you will study in a complete way about the structure of the prokaryotic cell as well as what you are looking here, the prokaryotic cells, that is having a cell envelope. Cell envelope will be formed in the prokaryotic cell when they get converted into a cyst. Suppose if they are not favoring the season or atmosphere, then they will be able to form a coat, and that coat is called cell envelope. And in this cell envelope, they escape themselves inside it in unfavorable condition in prokaryotic cells. But my dear students, as far as the eukaryotic cells are concerned, they are the complete cells, and they can be studied as the plant cell and animal cell. So my dear students, if you look the certain features, you will found the difference between the prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. Dear students, as far as size is concerned, the prokaryotes are generally 1 to 10 micrometer, while eukaryotes, they generally large, and they are ranging in between 5 to 10 micrometer. Cell, as far as cell is concerned, non-cellulosic, and while eukaryotes are cellulosic in plants only, means in prokaryotes there will be the absence of the cellulose, while in eukaryotes, in plant cells, cellulose is found. Cell organelles absent in this prokaryotic cell, while the eukaryotes, they are having it full. This is ribosome. Only ribosomes are found in eukaryotic. Ribosomes are found in eukaryotic as well as in prokaryotic also. This is DNA. So DNA, RNA, cytoplasm are there along with the ribosomes in prokaryotic, while eukaryotic are having the full structure. They are having the mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosomes, peroxisomes and plastid, etc. My dear students, as far as nuclear membrane is concerned, nuclear membrane does not found in this prokaryotic cell, while all the eukaryotic cells, they have the nuclear membrane, they have the different nucleus, and nucleus that is containing the these different nucleic acid, DNA and RNA. Dear student, as far as chromosomes are concerned, they are having a single chromosome in this prokaryotic, while eukaryotes, they have more than one. As far as nucleolus is concerned, that is absent in the prokaryotic cell, but in eukaryotic cell, nucleolus is present. Cytoskeleton, that is absent in prokaryotic cells. Cytoskeleton means the fiber-like structure that are absent in prokaryotic, while that is present in eukaryotic. As far as cell division is concerned, the prokaryotic cells divide by fission or budding, and that is called amitosis. Amitosis. While the eukaryotic cells, they get divided by the process of mitosis and meiosis. So my dear students, this is all about the history of the cell. That cell has been discovered by Robert in 1665. He saw cellula. He told these small little rooms in the cork piece when he saw in a simple microscope, and these small chambers. He told that this is the cellula. So my dear student, this word cell that is derived from the word cellula. So the word cell that is derived from the word cellula, which is given by the Robert Hooke in 1665. That is why the cell get discovered by the Robert Hooke in 1665. My dear students, A.B. Leeuwenhoek discovered the compound microscope, and he was able to see the red blood cells, different types of the cell like red blood cells, protozoans and bacteria in his compound microscope in 1674. So just after 10 years, just after 9 years, the A.B. Leeuwenhoek was able to see other cell structures. Dear students, in 1839, Schleiden and Schwann proposed the cell theory. He discovered some more about the cell in 1839, and he expressed as the omnis celluli cellula. This is the Greek word. That means the cell arises from their pre-existing form, and that has been proved by the Voltaire as the cell theory. So cell theory, first of all, cell theory given by the Schleiden and Schwann in 1839, and the cell theories are that the cell is the structural and functional unit of life. The cell arises from their pre-existing form. The cell that is having all the life functions inside it, and the cell that is the smallest unit. The organism starts life from this particular small chamber that is called cell, and all living organisms are composed of these cells. So that is why this cell is called as the unit of life, unit structure of life. This is the unit of life. Just like the brick of a building, this cell is called as the unit of life. Dear student, as far as cells are concerned, different types of the cell get studied by the other scientists. When the Knoll and Ruska discovered the electron microscope, and in electron microscope was able to see all the structure inside the cell, whether that is the chromosome, that is the mitochondria, that is the endoplasmic reticulum. So all the cell organisms that has been seen in the electron microscope, that is discovered by the Knoll and Ruska in 1932. Dear students, on the basis of the history and discovery of the cell, scientists classified the cell into two groups. Number one, prokaryotic. Number one, that is prokaryotic, and number two, that is eukaryotic. So prokaryotic and eukaryotic, two types of cells are there. Prokaryotic cells are having very simple structure. They don't have the nuclear membrane, they don't have the cell organelles, but they have the single chromosome, RNA and ribosomes along with some part of the protoplasm. When they are in unfavorable condition, then they will form a cyst. They will form a cyst around its cell, and this cyst is called cell envelope. Viral structures are not a complete cell that is also incomplete. They are having only nucleic acid inside it. So my dear students, if you see the structure of a virus or bacteria, then you have to consider it that they are prokaryote or they may be the prokaryote. They don't have the complete cell. My dear students, as far as eukaryotic cells are concerned, these are the complete cell. And these are found in plants and animals, as they are the unit of that particular living organism. So my dear students, this is all about the history, discovery and different types of the cells. And in the next video, my dear student, you will be able to learn about the detailed structure of the plant cell and animal cell. My dear student, if you like this video, please put a like and please subscribe my channel. Thank you very much. Have a good day.